Marhaban, ahlan wa sahlan bikum. Today's lesson is going to be from page 31. Let me remind you of the essential rules governing the Idafah construct, or what we know is known as possessive construction. And possessive construction, Idafah, is when you have two nouns, one immediately after the other, and there's nothing separate them, nothing at all. And the first noun is attributed to the second noun, which means the first noun is a defined noun. The second noun, not necessarily defined, but you may define it by adding, let's say, L. And we learn also the second noun is always in the genitive case ending. Now, what happens then if we wish to describe the first noun, and we have already said that nothing should interfere between the two nouns? Now, what will happen is we write the adjectives which belong to the first noun after the second noun. But of course, the case ending is the secret which will help us to identify the owner of that adjective. Let's have a look at the following sentences on the board. Right, okay. If you look at these, the first line, which is I thank the new teacher of the school. Here, the new teacher. Teacher is the new. Now, let's look at the Arabic. Shakartu, that means I thanked. Shakartu muallimata. That's teacher. That is the object of the verb. I, shakartu, I am the subject. Muallimata is the object. And we know the object carries accusative case ending. And because it is singular, it is fatha. So we know that is the object of the verb. Now, this is the Idafah construct. This is the possessive construction. Muallimata is a noun. Al-madrasati is a noun. There's nothing between them. So, Muallimat al-madrasa, teacher of the school, and we have our obligatory genitive case there. Now, this is an adjective. We know the adjectives always copies the noun that is modifying. So, we will know adjectives must be of the same in gender to the noun. Must be of the same in whether it's defined or not defined. It must have the same case ending. So that is our clues. Now let's have a look now. Al-jadidata, is it defined now? Yes, it is a defined adjective. Fine. This one is defined by virtue attributed to madrasa? Yes. Al-madrasa? Yes. So far, both of them may lay claims on this adjective. What else happened now? This is defined adjective and it is feminine. Correct? This is a feminine noun. This is a feminine noun. Nothing separates them so far. Now, adjective, what else happening there? We have the case ending. Case ending is mansub. It's the accusative case ending. Now, let's have a look at now. This one, no, that's genitive case ending. That's it. That cannot be the owner of this adjective. Muallimata is the accusative ending. So we can tell the school is not the new. No, it is the teacher who's the new. So that's why we say, I thank the new teacher of the school. Shakartu muallimata al-madrasati al-jadidata. So al-jadidata belongs to muallima. Next one. Shakartu muallimata al-madrasati al-jadidati. What about if we say with now adjective this time, we put kasra, which is genitive case. Yes, it is defined, this is defined, this is defined. Okay, this is feminine, this is feminine, this is feminine. But look at the case ending. The case ending in the adjective is the genitive case ending, genitive case. Now, this is not genitive case, so this time the new belongs to the madrasa. Hence we say, I thank the teacher of the new school. You see how important the case ending is. Really, really important to be able to track what is going on within the sentence. It's a beautiful system where you will know the owner of the adjective by virtually doing this analysis of what is happening, the nature of the adjective. Next one. جلست مع معلم المدرسة الجديد. I sat with the new teacher of the school. Right. What's happening here? Al-Jadid is an adjective and is masculine and is carrying kasra, which is genitive case. Now, this is defined. Adjective is defined. Al-Madrasa is also defined. But you see, this is carrying kasra because of ma, as we learned before, and this is carrying kasra because it's the second noun of the Idafah or possessive construct. This also is carrying kasra, so we don't know yet the owner of that particular adjective. But let's look more closely. This is a masculine adjective. This is feminine. It cannot belong to this one. So it must be the owner must be muallimi. Muallimi is defined now and is masculine. So therefore, the teacher is the new here. And so we're saying I sat with the new teacher of the school. Next one. جلست مع معلمة المدرسة الجديدة. Here, let's see what's happening. Let's escalate this. Now, ma'a is preposition. Muallimati is genitive because of preposition. And muallimati is feminine. And it is defined now by virtue of attributing it to the madrasa. Now, madrasa is also defined and is feminine noun and is carrying genitive case. So, muallimati, madrasati, al-jadidat is also carrying kasra and is feminine and is defined. So all of them, they're equal in this situation. So in this, al-jadidati belongs to which one? Okay, al-jadidati, feminine, kasra, feminine, kasra. Now, that is ambiguity and ambiguity is in there. That is not as clear cut. You need to look for external clue to be able to determine within the passage, perhaps, to determine who is the owner of this adjective this time. So, but in isolation like this, without any other surrounding fact, you may translate it in two ways. You may say, I sat with the new teacher. You can say the jadidati belongs to the teacher. Fine, and you will be right. I sat with the new teacher of the school. Or if you translate it as I sat with the teacher of the new school. Also, if I'm marking that paper, I have to give you 100%. So in this kind of situation, we will look within the passage and see any other surrounding facts which will help us to really isolate one or the other. Now, let's look at further examples of the Idafah with adjectives. Now, the first one, أخذت قلم التلميذة الجديدة. Al-Jadida here, that is your adjectives. Analyze it for me. You will see Al-Jadid, that's a defined adjective, and it is masculine, and it is ending with fatha, which is accusative case ending. Now, let's now look at these two nouns in this Idafah construct. Qalam, that's masculine, and it is a defined noun, and is carrying accusative, case ending. Therefore, qalam is the new, because the second noun, it is ending as usual with the genitive case, in this case, kasra. So, أخذت قلم التلميذة الجديدة. I took the pupil's new pen. The pen is the new one. Next one. أخذت مسطرة التلميذ الجديدة. Now, الجديدة now, the adjective is defined and is feminine and it is carrying accusative sign. So who is the, or what is the owner of this adjective here? It's a مسطرة. أخذت مسطرة, and that is ruler. أخذت مسطرة التلميذ الجديدة. I took the pupil's new ruler. Ruler here is the new. We know that because it's an adjective, it's feminine, and it's carrying the same case ending. Next one. أخذت قلم التلميذ الجديدة. Here we know الجديدة, it belongs to qalam, just as here. This one is feminine, of course, so this is masculine, masculine, masculine. But we can tell that it belongs to qalam because it's carrying accusative case ending. Next one. أخذت قلم التلميذ الجديد. الجديد here is masculine. قلم is masculine and it's defined noun. تلميذ is also masculine as a defined noun. الجديد this time belongs to the pupil here. قلم التلميذ الجديد. Next. أخذت مسطرة التلميذة الجديدة. Here we have adjective, which is feminine and is defined and is carrying accusative case ending, just as مسطرة is feminine, it's defined noun, and is carrying accusative case ending. تلميذتي, however, is كسرة, it's carrying genitive. So الجديدة belong to مسطرة, which is the ruler. Last one. أخذت مسطرة التلميذة الجديدة. الجديدة belongs to تلميذتي because this is feminine, is carrying genitive case ending, and this is feminine, is carrying genitive case ending, and مسطرة, although it's feminine and it's defined, but is carrying fatha, which is accusative because it is مفعول به, it is object of the verb. So this is how you learn gradually how to identify the owner of the adjectives, and also analysis of language, really, grammar. For instance, here you say أخذت, and that's a فعل وفاعل, verb, and the subject. قلم is مفعول به, it's called object, and is carrying case ending, which is accusative case ending, and it's fatha, only fatha, because it's a defined noun by virtue of attributing it to a noun after it. That's Idafah construct. And you say التلميذة, you say that is مضاف إليه. It is noun to which other noun has been attributed. So مضاف إليه, and مضاف إليه دائما, as we've already established previous lessons, the مضاف إليه دائما always ends with genitive case ending, appropriate genitive case ending. In this case, it's a singular and it's carrying kasra. Al-jadida, that's your adjective, sifa or not. Al-jadida, and it belongs to qalam because they are of the same gender and they're both defined and they're both carrying the accusative case ending. So here we are. All those sets you can revise that for me on page 31 as well as on page 32. Now please do exercise 11 for me to prove that you have fully understood this particular grammar point. Well done. Please go back at the beginning of the book and revise it because it's a cumulative process, so that you don't miss anything out. So I don't want any gap in your knowledge. Let's be patient. We follow it gradually. All the other things that are coming, because we're only doing book 3, you have book 4 to go through, book 5, book 6, book 7, and the rest. So good luck with your studies, and don't forget to continue learning your vocabulary. And if you have not subscribe to the channel yet, please do so and send these links to your contacts, so we want as many learners of Arabic to benefit from this class as possible. In the meantime, مع السلامة, إلى اللقاء في أمان الله.